Hello, viewers. This is Cynthia Michael from Screen Review, bringing you my 661 podcast. This is my 661 podcast. Like always, I must be very loudly, very clearly, very slow in case you don't understand me. Also, I'm trying my best not to break your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're going to watch this audio podcast recording. With this and everything else at the way, let's get into the topic and let's get into the topic of this podcast. Recently, I finally got to watch the first part of that 90 show for season 2, part 1. I gotta say, uh, it's not bad. You know, it lacked. I just don't have words for the first part of the series. Now, don't get me wrong; it did have some good stars in the first part of season 2. When season 1 started, we get to see what we got the cameos from Eric, Kelso, Donna, Donna, Fez, Jackie, and whatnot, and this. But when it came to season 2, the first part of season 2, there's no Eric, there's no Michael, there's no Jackie, there's no Fez. It says only Donna and Bob. Bob shows up. So basically, Bob is now a permanent member of the cast in the '90s show. So basically, the first it's kind of disappointing in the first part that we there's no cameo from Fez, there's no cameo from Michael, there's no cameo for Jackie, there's no cameo or Eric. So basically, none of the original cast members having cameo in the first part of the second season as yet, except for Bob and Donna. Except for Bob and Donna, even Mitch showed up. So basically, and also the guest stars, they got some good guest stars. But honestly, my problem is with this series is I just wish I wish all the other kids were related to the original gang. So basically, I'm not saying I know there were some good moments with the cast, but it is like I was just hoping that I was hoping for get an episode or two have an have an episode with Feds cameo, have an episode with have an episode with Michael, you do an episode with Michael, do an episode with Feds, do an episode with Eric, etc., etc. But we just got Don. So basically, I like Donna, I like Bob, but honestly, I was hoping to see Eric, I hoping to see Eric interact with the kids more. I wanted to see, I wanted to see Fez interact with the kids more, and Michael and Jackie interact with the kids more. But in the second season, but we didn't get that. And basically, like I said, this is honestly, I feel like this is pretty much the kiddie. Most of it is being, the kids can. It seems like like I, like the, seems like Red and Kitty carries half of the show. Like half of the show is dedicated. Basically it's like split into two parts. Like each episode is split into like you got Kitty, into two parts. You got Kid and Reddy's. You got Kid and Red's. You got Kid and Red's side story. Then you got the side story. So basically, I feel like yeah. Even though the kids do take up much, the kid story, Leia and the kids, do take up most of the story. It seems like Kid and Reddy's are basically the main players of this. So basically, so basically, it did have some good guest stars. We get to see Leo again. So basically, I'm happy we get to see Leo again, and we finally get to see Leo's son, which he does have a son. So basically, Leo does have a son in this series. So basically, I gotta say he was an adult, not a teenager. But I was hoping to see, I was really hoping to see that where's Michael's daughter at. So basically, as you know, in the original That 70 Show series, Michael had a daughter. So basically, I was hoping we get to see we get to see Michael's daughter all grown up and and finally cameo in the series. But so far, not in the first part of the second season. So basically, I'm hoping that what I'm really hoping for is that in the when it comes to the second part of the season, I hope that we get to see Faz, we get to see Faz, Jackie, get to see Faz, Jackie, Michael, and Eric, show up and do some cameos, and be featured in some episodes. So anyway, once again, I mean, besides the guest stars were when the guest stars in this first part of the second season were okay. I just felt like it could have been better. So basically, to have the had the original gay, cameo in the first season, instead of waiting for the second part in the second part of the second season. But we just had to wait and see. So anyway, what do you guys think about this? About the first part of season two, part one of that 90 show. Good, bad, or just okay. Please let me know what the I love tongue tie. Please let me know what the comments below this podcast. Please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, signing off. One.